bit different than we normally do. And I wanted to start by asking you guys all a question. So I kind of had posted it in the leadership page earlier, but my question for you guys is, what is bringing you success? So I think a lot of times, and I'll get into this later, but a lot of times we get frustrated with Jennifer's getting the
getting mauled.
I
Getting mauled on two sides
know.
by dogs.
Oh, that's funny. A lot of times in this business, we kind of get caught up in the things that aren't working or the frustrations or where we're getting stuck. But I just wanted to start off like kind of positive, and I just want to hear like, and all of us bring different things to the table. All of us do things better. You know, like I can just throw out like Michelle probably runs the most amazing challenge groups ever. You know, but we all bring something different to the table. So I'm just going to kind of call people out as I see them and just ask, what is bringing you success? So Shayna, let's start with you.
Oh my gosh. Honestly, like I kind of feel like I slacked in my own business a little bit because I wanted after Summit to step it up leadership wise. So I really focused on like leadership, personal development, and focused more on my team. And I feel like that has helped me like with my team and growing my team and getting them really pumped up, and is also a little bit hindered my own business because I'm not going to lie, hitting Success Club 10 the last couple of months has been like pulling teeth struggle for me. So I feel like that's what's really helped me though, is more focusing on my team than focusing on myself, even though that kind of hurts me a little bit. I feel like in the long run it's going to pay off. So
yep. Absolutely. Kenzie, what about you?
God, I think Shayna like took the words right out of my mouth. Even though I didn't go to Summit, it was like, that's kind of where because I became Diamond around that time, and that's when my mind shifted to like, okay, now I have this team or want to build this team. So I'm in the same boat. I was hitting Crazy Success Club before, and now it's like a struggle just to hit 10. But I think, and I've been talking about this a lot with quite a few of my new PS coaches, because I have a few that just want to take off in the business, but are having trouble reaching out. And I feel like that's always been something that's come really easy to me, because I think in the beginning I just said it was a non-negotiable. I said, I don't care what people think of me anymore. I was like, because that's what you have to do to get Success Club and get coaches and, you know, move forward, is you have to have no fear, and you have to let go of thinking people are judging you. Or, you know, I probably all of us saw Nancy's post today about, you know, the things people can say, and it is hurtful, but it's so important, I think, to just make all that noise go away, because a lot of my coaches that are struggling is because of their fear that's really holding them back. I'm like, well, are you inviting? And when it comes down to it, they say, you know, no, I'm not really. So I think that's always been a strong suit of mine, that I try and go back to think of when I was a new coach, okay, what did that feel like for me? And what was my reservation about reaching out to people? So I really try and, you know, tell them that that's the meat of it all, but it's kind of been a struggle recently. And I have, you know, I'm getting a bunch of texts coming in from them that they're just discouraged. And so I kind of wanted to get everybody's opinion on that tonight too, but just like how you keep your morale up when things are, even brand new coaches that is like, it's okay, you're not Emerald yet, like, and comparing themselves to other coaches. So anyway, those are just some things that have been going on with me. But I think my strengths have always been inviting and hitting Success Club, and just kind of not having fear as far as that goes.
I like that. Becca, since you might be popping in and out, can you share yours right now?
I can. I didn't officially go back into her room yet. Yeah, so I think my strong point would be, like Kinsey said, basically just the inviting, because I feel that, like, that's one thing that, like, I don't hold back on. Like, I don't really care. Like, I don't have that fear of, like, what someone's going to say, or, like, the fear of them, like, not answering the message, or, like, turning me down. So I feel like that has been my strong point. And from that, my relationship building has really skyrocketed from, like, summertime to now, because I've really been putting a lot of focus on that, so that it's not like, maybe it's not something they're going to do that month, but it's something down the road because I'm really good at building relationships with people that I'm meeting all over social media.
I like that. Michelle, what do you think is working for you?
I don't even know, really. I've had a rough couple of months, though I have a bunch of coaches under me, but the only one who actually does anything is Debbie. And I'm still trying to get my other people like motivated and stuff. I've had to put my Beachbody business kind of on the back burner for a while, but it kind of gave me an opportunity to, I don't know, take a deep breath and not being in the middle of it and being able to watch others around me. I was able to absorb more ideas and see things in a different way. I don't know if that even makes sense, but not being in the middle of it, kind of stepping aside and looking toward to others.
Getting like a fresh perspective.
Yeah. Yeah. So kind of, but I think, I don't know if I would really call myself successful, but one of the things that I think is positive on my side is that I'm not giving up. Like, it's going to take me a whole lot longer to get to where I want to go, but you're going to have to kill me before you pry me away from here. So, good. I mean, a lot of people I would think would be like, oh yeah, okay, I'm done. This isn't working. I'm not going to put any more time or effort into it, but I'm not stopping. So I'm just being patient, going along. I'm the tortoise and the tortoise the hare. But
the fact that you're diamond, you are successful, because a lot of people can never even get there. So
I don't even know how that even happens if I only have discount coaches. Like, Debbie's my only one, and she's like crazy. Like, she's a super duper star. She's in it, like in it, up to here in it. So, and all my other discount coaches, they all revolve. Like, they all push out their Shakeology. I'm like, no. So whatever. I'm just not giving up. So that's
good.
Sticking to it.
Jen, what about you?
I think it's a couple things. I have a really great group of long-term challengers like Michelle. I really don't ever close my groups. I just kind of reinvent them, because early on I realized it was important to me to have those ongoing Shakeology orders. So I want to keep those people in the loop. I don't want to kick them out of the nest. So they've been great because they give me a lot of referrals, and I make that part of my challenge group so that they get extra points if they refer or post on their personal pages. So that's been one thing. Everyone I've talked to who expresses any type of interest, I write their name down and I follow up with them all the time. And when things get slow for me, I go back to the beginning of my book and I start following up again. So that's been a strong point. But these newer coaches I have kind of breathed a little bit of light into my team page, and finally people are, making their own posts and commenting, and so that's brought new life for sure.
Yeah. I remember at first it was kind of like, I felt like I was just posting every day and no one was saying anything. And then all of a sudden it just kind of starts to pick up and people post and you're like, okay. Yeah.
I was getting frustrated. Like I was posting videos, like almost scolding them. Like, come on, throw me a bone. I'm doing this for you.
Can you just see the post? Like, just tell me you see it. Like,
like it. Just right, like it.
Yeah. Totally. Okay, and last but not least, our newbie, Sarah. What has been working for you?
Hi, guys. I would honestly have to say, since I've been diamond for like not even 24 hours, it would have to be honestly like the support that I have to help me get here. Like, that has got to be really like the biggest thing for me in my business right now, is just the support that I have from like friends and family. And of course, my fabulous upline coach, Shayna, in creative engineering.
That's awesome. And it is so big when you have your friends and family supporting you. That makes a huge difference.
Yeah, I'm excited to like kind of get more like outside the box though, not just focus on discount coaches, but get a couple like really good rock stars underneath me so that I can grow the business and start to run a team.
Oh yeah. That's where the fun starts for sure. Yeah. I'll share for me too. I think what's bringing me success and what's always brought me success is I've focused on recruiting. That has been from day one. It was like, I'm going to run a challenge group and I'm going to see how many coaches I can get out of it. And I'm going to run a challenge group and see how many coaches I can get out of it. And that's been my focus from day one, and it's saved me. I've never gotten stuck at diamond with only 8 coaches and then one go inactive and lose my diamond, which has been nice for me. I felt like I've always had a strong diamond and never had to worry about that. Where I know a lot of other people kind of struggle with that, like lose one inactive and they're diamond. So that's what's been working for me and what I've been focusing on. Now, the reason I ask you guys that is, you know, sometimes we always focus on like what isn't working, but to focus on what is bringing you success is so important, because what you want to do is help your team create that duplication, because we're not all strong at everything. We're not all good at every part of this business. I know for me, one of my struggles that I feel like I'm not very good at is breaking things down and making it simple for people to follow. I am so like, I have a hard time remembering what it was like to be a brand new coach and the silly small questions that you have. I just feel like my head is so ahead of that I have a hard time bridging that gap and explaining things, dumbing it down again. So that's something I'm working on. But the biggest thing is focusing on what's bringing you success and help create that duplication for your team, and focus on your strength. And get better at the weaknesses and the things that you need to work on, but know that you're here, that you're a diamond leader for a reason, that people are following you and looking to you for inspiration. And, you know, trust that like you have something to offer, that you are an amazing person. People want to be on your team. People want to be a part of what you're doing. And you need to just start believing that and trusting that you're a success and you're here because of the person that you are, what you bring to the table, how you're inspiring people. So when you're looking at your team and you want to duplicate that success, I know for me, I've gotten in the trap of thinking that people are going to be like me. And when I started the business, I didn't look to my upline to teach me anything. I just figured it all out as I went. I kind of did what Shane and I were talking about earlier. I went to my, you know, top coaches pages and copied them and duplicated them and took it upon myself to teach myself what would work. And sometimes I get in the trap of thinking, oh, the people on my team that really want it will figure it out themselves. They'll figure it out if they really want it. And I'm, you know, kind of taking that pressure off myself. But that's kind of hurt me because I'm not taking the time to teach people the basics. I'm not taking the time to teach them how to move their business forward. And some people need those step-by-step instructions, which is a big reason why I just kind of jumped in this week and put together that BU training. And I think most of you saw that, where I was literally like, Sarah Gobb kind of helped put this together. I don't know if you guys know Sarah. She kind of had put this training together. So I just kind of took it and out of it, where we're just breaking down, like, how do you post on Facebook? What do you say to people when you're talking about challenge groups? What do you say to people about coaching? And just giving them script after script after script that they can use and apply in their business. Because some people just need that step-by-step instruction. Now, I know something that's hurt me in the past, and I kind of get a bad attitude about, is that I look at all these people who have invested so much time and energy in, you know, that they jump in the business and they're ready to go. And I've invested so much time with them, been on phone calls with them, and then all of a sudden they decide they don't want it and they quit. And I get a bad attitude because, you know, hey, I've spent all this time trying to help them out, and now all of a sudden they're gone. But what I have to realize is take my success out of it and just realize, you know, I have no control. You know, life happens for people, and I have no control over whether they decide this is for them or it isn't. And all I can do is just put my heart out there, love on people and help them as much as I can, and see the best in them, whether they're successful in this business or not. And I think sometimes it's so easy with our coaches on our team to love on the ones that are super successful. And it is very important to help the people that want to be helped and not, you know, drag people along. But just realize that even if someone is a straight discount coach and they never post a thing in your team page, you are impacting their life. And that's huge to remember. Another great thing to remember is to be a facilitator and not a fixer. So a lot of times when our coaches are having problems and things aren't working for them, instead of trying to fix the problem for them, try to facilitate and ask them, like, okay, what are you doing to fix this? What are we going to do to get you back to diamond? What are your steps? Instead of trying to fix it for them. And I know I get in the habit of trying to fix things for them. And there's a book by Dave Ramsey, I think it's the Entre Leadership. And he talks about when people would walk into his office, he imagined like they were putting a monkey on his desk, like a big monkey, like that was jumping around, like annoying monkey, right? That's their problem. They're bringing their monkey and putting it on his desk. And his whole goal from the conversation he has with them is to send that monkey home with them. So instead of leaving the problem with him with something that he needed to fix, is work with your coaches whenever they're having a problem to facilitate their issue and then send that monkey back with them. Because I know for us, like we have, as your teams start growing and you guys get more and more coaches, people are going to have issues all the time and questions. They're going to start sending messages, and it can be really overwhelming and easy to take on all of their burdens on themselves, on you, and to try to fix it for them. But the biggest thing that will help you is making sure you're breaking down these systems, breaking down these steps, and helping them to fix their problems. To facilitate their problems and not fix them. The other thing, and something that I've been trying to work on, is building a team culture. And the cool thing with most of you guys you're still building your teams are still relatively, I don't want to say small, but you don't have hundreds upon hundreds of coaches in your team pages yet. The cool thing is you can build a culture on your page. So I'm in a couple other team pages, and one thing that one coach does, which I thought was kind of cool, is they have a leader of the week. So, if you have for example, I'm just staring at you, Kinsey. For example, I could say Kinsey's the leader of the week for the team. And so on Tuesday, she's going to share a tip on Tuesday. And on Friday, she's going to share a question Friday where she asks a question to the team. And maybe on Sunday, she shares a success that she has. It just gives one coach a full week to kind of lead the team. And it gives them that, it empowers them to be a leader and think about things that they want to share and help with. Another thing I know Andy does, Shayna, tell me if I'm wrong, but I know Andy, doesn't she have a Sunday, you share Sunday about a positive that you had for the week? Is that what she does?
I think so. Honestly, I split off from her page and I kind of do my own thing on my page. So we do our groups together, but I don't so much even add coaches to her page anymore.
Got it.
So I only somewhat pay attention. But I think, she's mentioned that that's what she's trying to do before, because she and I have talked a lot about what you're talking about now, is just creating that team culture now while we have smaller teams.
Right. And at the same point, I always want to say, don't be perfect. I make a lot of my videos with no makeup on and my hair in my ponytail and just shoot from the cuff. I don't say things perfect. I probably stumble over my words. My videos aren't perfect. Even in my challenge groups you guys see what I do. It's very simple. It's very easy. I don't do anything crazy. And the thing is, you don't want to intimidate your team that they can't do what you're doing. And like I said, I'm in a couple other team pages, and one in particular, this coach, she doesn't have kids. This is her full-time job. She is posting constantly, sharing videos from other coaches and posting all the time and putting together these groups. And, it's Wednesday, workout Wednesday, post your workout sweaty picture. And then Friday's this. And it's oh my word. I can't even follow what you're talking about. I'm so overwhelmed, and I'm sure that her coaches feel the same way. And I'm she's even shared with me that she has a hard time with her coaches keeping diamond. She only has one diamond on our team. And I'm well, girl, look at, you're intimidating the heck out of everybody on your team right now, because they all think they have to do what you're doing to be successful. And, I'm not saying don't be active in your groups, and I'm not saying don't work hard, because obviously we all do, but don't worry about being perfect to lead a team. And don't think that, just because you don't know everything about Beachbody. Heck, I'm still learning things every day. And for me, like, I don't get caught up on the details to move my business forward. Like, I'll figure out the details, that's just my personality. I'm like, I'm just going to keep going, and I'll learn as I go. So, don't worry about being perfect or having perfect videos or being the perfect team leader. Just do your best and show them that you can be an imperfect leader, and that's all you need to do with Beachbody. And then I think that is the great thing with Beachbody is you don't have to, you can be in your workout clothes, and that's perfectly acceptable. And I love that about this business. Like, that's the coolest thing ever. I don't think I've gotten out of yoga pants in the last 2 weeks. My poor husband, oh babe, I know I'm wearing the same jacket that I wore the last 5 days. So great. But that's the blessing of this job and being a stay-at-home mom and doing all this. It's pretty amazing. So as we're kind of ending the year and we're pushing, I know a lot of us are pushing to get some diamonds by November 18th, so that we can lock them in for leadership, the leadership retreat in January. And there's one thing I want to kind of throw by you guys that I've been thinking about, and we have all this momentum with the Push to Diamond group that we are running right now. And we have so many coaches that are really pushing to hit diamond. And I want to have as many of our leaders at the retreat as possible. I don't want to just have 6 of us there when we could have 15 of us there and really have a great retreat. So I'm thinking, without telling the team, to extend the deadline to December 31st. So if people lock it in by December 31st, they can still come to the retreat the end of January. But I know a lot of us are pushing for Elite and our bonuses and the new leadership conference. So I don't want to share that with the team yet, because I want our diamond, the people that are close to diamond to push in this next week to get there. And I know for me too, I'm pushing to get my 5-star back so that I'll be Elite. And so I know I'm pushing right now too. So if that sounds great to you guys, is everyone okay with that? Is there anyone that thinks that isn't fair or whatever? Okay. All right, cool. So I'll announce it probably next week. Because again, I want to get as many people there as possible. Are any of you guys or all of you guys planning to come? Are you going to be able to come? Do you guys know yet? I know it's kind of a couple months out.
I'm planning on it.
Is that Becca?
No, I am planning on coming. I just need to get my child off the boobs.
Girl, I am in the same boat right now. God, I keep on okay, I'm gonna do it this week. I love this kid, but wow. So hey, we're all gonna be shooting to be weaned by January 29th.
Yeah.
Either that or we're all gonna have pumps in tow.
Have a pumping party. All right, everybody break and pump.
Challenge for you moms. The 30-day, get your kid off the boob challenge.
I need a support group because
Terrible. I have an exclusively breastfed 2-year-old. I don't even know what to do with myself. But
you need to talk to Andy. I'm telling you, she breastfed Corbin until she was 2 months pregnant with Hayden.
Wait.
Yeah,
I know.
She's not the pro at this.
Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy.
But
well,
yeah,
I'll
I'm just
be there,
too
and I
lazy
will not be breastfeeding.
Awesome. Cool. Good. And Jen and Michelle, you guys think you'll be able to make the drive over? Okay.
Yeah.
Weather
so.
permitting, hopefully.
Is it in South Shore or North Shore?
It's in North Shore.
No
So
problem.
a little bit further for you guys.
I've had people asking me where you fly into, and I don't even know, because I think I need to fly, because that's a long drive from Phoenix, right?
It's 12 hours from Phoenix.
Sacramento or Reno?
I would fly into Reno. And for those of you flying in, I'll post it on that's a good question for people. Fly into Reno, and then you guys can either Uber or taxi up to my house, and then we'll get everybody up there from there.
What day should we come in?
Friday.
Okay.
Yeah.
By a certain time or
I
just
think by noon on Friday. and then we'll all be done by 3 on Sunday. And it's so cool. We have Jeremy Reed coming. Do you guys remember Colleen that did the call last week? She's having a retreat in Tahoe the same weekend, and we're all going to meet up, and he's going to talk to all of us. So that's going to be really cool. He is one of the best people to know in Beachbody, if you're a coach, because he just works strictly with the best of the best. So I'm really excited to hear from him and to jump on that. We're also going to do a bunch, I'm going to have a photographer there, makeup artist there, so we can get some pictures taken just for fun. We're going to work out every day. We're going to have someone's going to be there catering food for us. We'll have a Shakeology bar there. A bunch of training, team bonding things. I'm trying to put together like a event we can get off site and go do something kind of fun and challenging, daring kind of thing. I don't want to tell you guys, but so it's going to be a really, really fun weekend. And what are you nervous or
what are you nervous about the daring? I just love it.
Are we going to be climbing telephone poles like Brandy did in Belize or wherever the heck she was?
No.
Like those little scooter helmets too.
No, we're gonna go paragliding over Tahoe.
Oh, great.
Yeah, I'll have a
pooping my
consent
pants
form.
over Tahoe.
What's that?
I'll be pooping my pants over Tahoe.
Snowstorm.
Oh, I know. It could be storm. Like if it's gonna keep going what it's doing now, it's already snowed in the past, like twice in the past week. It's crazy. We had 6 inches 2 days ago. We haven't had that much since we moved back. So
what is the exact qualification for locking it in? Like what? Do you have to have that 6-week lifetime diamond? Like what do you consider being locked in?
They just have to be a diamond by December 31st.
Word.
I guess I could say, hey, if you lose diamond before the retreat, you have to pay for something. I mean, really? I don't know. I could threaten them with something, and I don't know, that's the only thing to pay. I mean, if you lock it in by December 31st, and if you lose it, you have to pay $200 or I don't know, like, is that mean? like, no, I don't want them to get it on December 31st and like lose it and never put a diamond again,
Yeah.
But I think we'll
I
just.
feel like even if they locked it in on December 31st and they did lose it though, like going to something like this could be that boost that they need to like run with it. I don't know. Is that weird?
No, it's so true. It could be the jumpstart they need. I feel like that's what all events are like. Yeah.
I'm excited.
It's going to be so fun. So we're going to do a lot of training. I'm going to have an outsourced person come in and do Instagram training. Cause that's huge now. Shane and I were just talking about YouTube training, creating your own YouTube page. If there's anything that you guys really want help with, message me, because I'm putting together the schedule and everything now. So if there's something you think of that you think would be really helpful for you or your coaches that are coming, I'm open to adding things. So just let me know.
Massage?
Oh. That would be fun.
That would be amazing.
That's so. I'm just kidding.
Like,
I will chip into that.
A spa day. Oh my gosh, there's a resort here. The Ritz up there is absolutely gorgeous.
I'd pay for that myself. I don't care. We can go.
Yeah, me too.
Oh my gosh. Okay, we're totally doing a Ritz spa day. Okay, done. And the cool thing at that Ritz, if we wanted to, they have like s'mores and stuff, like these huge fire pits outside, and we could make s'mores. And
Can we show up in our yoga pants though?
Yes, yoga pants the entire weekend. Maybe one night we'll get dressed up, but that's it. Yoga.
We're going to show up at the Ritz in yoga pants.
It's Tahoe. Everyone's in ski pants. It's fine.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
We'll fit right in. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, I'm really.
Can we like have like luggage group like we did for Summit. Do you remember like TKO had that like, what are you wearing every day group? Because I'm in Arizona and it's hot here all the time. I'm gonna freeze in Tahoe.
It's
I don't even know what to wear in snowy weather, you guys.
It's gonna be cool. Yes, we'll put together a group once everyone locks it in, so people can ask questions. We can coordinate rides, all that stuff. So once we know everybody that's coming, we'll create a group for that.
There's probably more people coming from our area, right, Michelle?
I think so. Is Debbie going?
Debbie,
I don't know.
It's her daughter's or her son's birthday, one of the two. I don't know if Donnie's gonna come. Who else is there? Sarah.
I think coming.
Is Andy coming? I haven't talked to her because she's doing leadership that weekend before.
The leadership will be a little bit easier for her because she can literally drive with Hayden. It'll be pretty easy. I think the Reno trip will be a little bit tougher for her. And I'm assuming she'd have to bring the baby. I can't imagine she can leave him.
He won't even be like 2 months old, hopefully, fingers crossed at this point. So yeah.
Yeah, I hope she can come. If not, we may just like Skype her in because that's a lot for her, you know? If, you know, she's going to be home with the baby, we can just Skype her in whenever we're doing training and stuff. Who else? We have Jennifer. Okay.
My husband's at Home Depot right now.
Really?
I never know where Home Depot is.
So funny. Okay. It's like 8:30 at night.
I know. Mine's like, I got to go to Home Depot. Okay, bye.
Is that like if they were both in the same city, I'd be like, all right.
Yeah.
So, that reminds me. I'm going to have my husband and I are going to do a What is Coaching call in December. He's going to host it with me so we can share from a spouse's perspective what it's like to be, what Beachbody can do for a family. So I think that's cool. And then, go ahead.
Have you watched Melanie Mitro's videos on that? I know I'm obsessed.
No.
She did like a 4-day like spouse training, which I thought was really interesting. I watched it and I made my husband watch it, poor guy. But she did like 4 whole days where she did like each day her and her husband both talked about like Beachbody and like what he thought about it at first and like how she got him on board and what got him to get on board. Like he talks about it. It was really kind of neat. I thought, I don't know.
I'll have
that you might want to check out.
I will. I just watched the Stephanie Davies one that she did with her husband.
Yeah, I saw that one too. It's good.
Yeah, it was really good. So I thought that I'm trying to think of new spins for those sneak peeks because eventually people are just going to like glaze over when we're like, oh, sneak peek into coaching. And they're like, we've seen this every month. We get it. So just trying to think of new ways that we can spice that up and do something different. But I'll check out Melanie's thing and see what she did.
Hers is good.
Did you see she's going to be at the new leadership conference again?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And she's number one again.
I have to get there. I'm going to be there.
You will.
I have to be there.
You will. I think for that, don't you just have to lock it in on December 31st? To start?
Yeah. So I have to hold it from the 18th to the end of the year.
Oh, you do? I didn't know you.
Oh, I thought that was just for Premiere, but you have to do it for the conference too.
Yeah,
I don't know if for leadership. I thought that you had to actually be like an official 2-star or above by the end of the year.
Let's find out.
Like not qualifying.
Let's find out. New
But definitely let me know.
requirements.
I'm determined. I want to be locked in 2-star anyway.
Yeah.
So between Becca and Sarah, you guys are both here. Good job.
I got you.
You are 2-star now, right?
Qualifying, yeah. I have 6 weeks, so I've got to hold it.
And then you'll be announced 2-star?
Yeah. So it's qualifying, like once you get to Star Diamond, it's qualifying for 6 weeks. And then once it's 6 weeks, you're like official.
Okay. It just says rank advance from 1-star diamond to 2-star diamond or higher between January 1st and January 31st.
But that's like official, right? Not like qualifying. I'm so confused.
I need to ask. I'll find out about that because it doesn't say. Normally, when you have to be a locked in one, it would say a paid 4-star diamond or 2-star diamond or a paid 5-star diamond because that means you have to lock it in for that 6 weeks to get the quarterly bonus. But it doesn't say anything about being a paid
I'm just gonna aim for that anyway.
Yeah.
That's what I want ideally anyway. So we're just gonna aim for that.
Shoot for Premier anyway. Kenzie, are you shooting for Premier? Do you think you'll get there? No.
By next Thursday?
We can do this.
Are you saying the qualification is longer? I would hope so. I have a couple girls pushing hard, so we'll see. I don't know. It would be by the skin of my teeth.
Yeah.
Can you explain what that means?
To be a Premier? Yes. Yeah. You've advanced 2 coaches to Diamond in 1 calendar year. And you're paid 2-star, so you have to at least hold it for 6 weeks. And you have to have at least 135 elite points. So you get those elite reports every month.
Mm-hmm. Question about that. Mm-hmm. I was just looking. Usually we get them on the 11th, right? The 10th or I haven't got mine.
It's the second Friday of the month, so we'll get them.
Oh, okay.
Angie was saying that she just talked to her rep too, like yesterday or the day before. And she said after this Friday, we'll start getting them every single Friday.
Really? Oh, because it's getting so close to the end of the year.
So she said starting, like this Friday, we'll get it like we normally do, and then we'll keep getting it every week, every Friday till the end of the year.
And you get elite points by your personally sponsored coaches, the Hit Success Club, your personally sponsored coaches, volume, and then your ATV, so your what's the word? Accumulated team volume over year. So your team volume this year versus your team volume last year, and that's how you earn points. Well, the cool thing is all of the coaches that you've signed this year are going to help you get points for next year. So it's so like for me, all my 2014 coaches and all my 2015 coaches are giving me points to earn for elite. And then next year, all my 2015 coaches and my 2016 coaches will help me build points for elite. So that's why it's so important to keep recruiting year over year if you are pushing for elite or Premier, because the coaches that you're signing this year are going to help your success next year. If you kind of take a break from signing coaches, in 2015, then in 2016, you're not going to have that combined effort building your elite points. And even if you don't care if you're a 5-star elite or that's not even something you're pushing for, still getting elite points and pushing for those points and growing your team. If you're earning elite points and you're on pace to be a Premier coach or an elite coach, you can guarantee your income's growing, your business is growing. So you can kind of use that as a benchmark. And I don't know what your guys' goals are, or your if you're in it just for because you love it, which I think we all do, or you're in it really for like the money and like you're pushing for the income. But I can tell you, like if you're pushing for Premier or elite, your income's going to be growing. And like I told you guys our last call, as soon as you can open that second CBC, that's when you're really going to see your income start to go up a lot. So, push for 2-star if you guys can, like even if you can't hit it by the end of the year, like have that be in your sights. Because being able to open that second CBC and start putting all your orders under that second CBC, you just basically are making double commission on all the work you're doing. So it just makes it that much more worth it.
So just to clarify one more time, for Premier in the calendar year, do I have to have
let me look at these
2-star, like lifetime 2-star, or I have just hit 2-star, like qualifying still by the end of the year?
You have to be a paid 2-star diamond. So that's where I was saying, Shana, it didn't say paid on that new leadership conference. So you have to be a paid 2-star diamond or higher on December 31st. So throughout the year, you have to at least held 2-star for a 6-week period, and then again have it on December 31st. So you could have held it from January 1st for those first 6 weeks of the year and never get it back until December 31st, and you'll qualify for Premier. And you have to advance 2 personally sponsored coaches to diamond, and both of those diamond must be a paid diamond on December 31st.
Okay.
And you have to earn at least 135 elite points.
Mm-hmm.
So do you guys have any questions about the stuff that I talked about? Does that help? Sometimes I don't want to feel like I'm lecturing to you guys, but I like to give you guys a little bit of, tips or just things that have like come up to me that have helped me this past, few weeks. And if you guys have any questions or anything I can help with, let us know. I know, Kinsey, you said you might have had a couple questions too.
Well, you kind of just took like every thought I had in my head tonight, and it made me feel better that other people were thinking it too. Just about, like what you said, it's like you were so self-sufficient when you were a new coach, and I felt like I was the same way. And you can't always expect that of all of your new coaches because everyone's different. But I think for a while I was expecting that, and just kind of changing my thought process and knowing that people learn differently and I have to lead them differently, that it just helps me know that not everyone's going to follow the same path or trajectory that I did. So that was just helpful hearing the same thing from you.
Good. There was a quote that I was going to share. It said, like, see the light in others and treat them as if that's all you see. And I kind of love that. Like, just, see the light in the, like, each person brings something special to your team, and, celebrating that and realizing that and reaching out to those people. And, even as your team start to grow, like sometimes I feel like there's so many of my coaches that I just don't talk to anymore because either one, like they're not reaching out to me or I'm not reaching out to them. And it's so hard, but still just, trying to pay attention to everyone and make them feel special. And, so yeah, in the next, we have 6 weeks left of the year, really help those coaches that are pushing for diamond, if you have some, to get there. And even if you don't have diamonds, people that are pushing for diamond, make sure that you're solid in your diamond, because I want all of us there in January. And, I want us to have a strong group of leaders and all of that. So make sure you're working with your teams on just motivating them to push hard through the end of the year. Work on focusing on the release of Hammer and Chisel. That's coming out in like 2 weeks. So, encourage them to start posting on their page about it, giving, maybe create an event and start inviting people to be a part of the test group, really talking to your teams about that. And yeah, that's kind of what my focus is going to be on, and helping you guys or any of my personally sponsored coaches just keep their diamonds. And I'm really, really praying that we end the year elite, because it would just be so cool, because I love that the elite coaches, they always get previews on everything first. So our team would know everything coming out before it came out, which would just give us all an upper hand. Even like new workout programs, we could do team Zooms and I could show you all the new workouts before they're even available on demand. And so I'm really hoping we can do that, just because it would be just cool to share all of that information with you guys and be there. So that is what I am pushing for. So, but if you guys have any more questions or need anything before we jump off?
Do you have any tips for like squashing the negativity that happens this time of year when it's slow, and really, really trying to, every time one of my coaches posts something like a complaint, I'm trying to turn it around and trying to make it more positive. But do you guys have any tips on that?
Yeah, I would say, well, for me, this is my third slow time, and I've never not hit Success Club 10. Honestly, sometimes I feel like July is harder than this time of year because everybody's out and, it's already the middle of summer. So, slow time, I don't really feel like it is a slow time. So I always go back to if you're not getting the results that you want, if people aren't responding to your posts, let's go back to the power hour. Are you doing it every day? Are you messaging people? Are you reconnecting with people? Where are the holes in your power hour that you're not doing? Let's go back and focus on those. Focus on what you can control, not the people that are saying no to you. Let's work on what you can control, and really emphasize the 30 to 60 day delay, because I can totally attest to that. August and September, you guys know I was moving home from baseball season and then like traveling to visit Chris in and out of hotels. I wasn't putting my heart and soul into this business like I normally do. And I felt it in like September and October. I really felt it. And now all of a sudden in November, because I've been like refocusing, I'm starting to feel that momentum again and feel like it's easier for me to hit Success Club and all of those things. So just re-emphasize the 30 to 60 day delay, that all the hard work they're putting in now is going to benefit them. And then like try to find the holes in the things that they're not doing and try to flip it. Like, let's control what we can control. You can't control the people who are saying no to you. You can't control the crickets, but you can control the things that you're doing every day.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I feel like for my team too, I've been really trying to focus on mindset, because I started coaching September of last year. I hit Success Club 10 every single month I've been a coach, except for January of this year, which is supposed to be like the big boom month that everybody talks about, is like the fast time. It's when everybody is getting on board. That's the one month I didn't hit Success Club 10, and it was all my mindset going into January. So I feel like that's kind of what I try to focus on anyway, because it's mindset. And I found that for me, like Andy and I talk all the time, and I'll get in a negative way and she'll just be like, no, like, stop, get out of that mindset. You need to focus on the good, focus on the positive. And the second I start doing that, things turn around. And it's crazy. I never really thought that made that much of a difference, but it really does. So
yeah,
I post a lot of mindset stuff. I'm all about personal development.
That's awesome. I mean, even you could always do a 30-day push group with your team. You could end the year, start December, do a 30-day push, follow the Shalene. It's like it's 30daypush.com. It's a free daily goal setting tool. And you could do something like that with your team to kind of help build that momentum and keep that, everyone's focusing on the things they can control. And like Shayna said, like being positive and like all that stuff is so important. And like, I was not the cheesy goal setter, like, let's talk positive person ever. And I just I love it. And I just made my husband sit down last night, no joke. And we're reading You Are a Badass together. And my husband's so cute. He's like, well, I don't really feel like I need this. I'm like, yes, you do. This is going to help you in baseball. Like, I don't care if you think you don't need it. Like, we're doing this together, because I know how much it's impacted me and how important it is.
Tell him you'll change your sweatshirt if he reads with you.
I'll put jeans on, babe. I know, like I put a little like makeup on tonight because I'm like, oh, I'll just try to be like, like look presentable for you guys. And I walk in the room, my husband's like, whoa. I was like, oh, I put like mascara on you and like that, like, or I put mascara on him that long. It's like impressed. Anyway. Oh, gosh, life is a beach, like hashtag life is a beach buddy coach. So anyway, well, can I help you guys with anything else or anything else going on before we get off? Next Thursday, I believe, the 18th, we'll have it. Oh, no. What day am I doing it? I'm trying to mix up team call days because I know some people work, and like I'm trying not to do it always on Thursday. So I think it's next Wednesday, the 18th, I'm going to have a team call, and it's going to be all about Go for No. So kind of we have that Go for No challenge this month. That's another thing you could talk to your coaches about. Like really encourage them to print out that piece of paper, stick it on their thing, and get excited every time they write a name on. I can tell you I have my list right here. Every time I've been getting to know this month, I've been writing the person's name down. And the cool thing, Jen, kind of like what you were saying, you keep track of all those no's. This is a perfect tracker for all the people that said no to them that they can keep and then go back, the first of the year and say, hey, I know you really weren't interested, last, a couple months ago, but hey, I'm starting a, new you fitness group, in January, I'd love to have you, or what, whatever the case is. So this Go for No challenge, not only is it going to increase the amount of people they're talking to now, it's going to be a great follow-up tool for them come January. So that's going to be the focus of the team call on next week. So if you can, make sure you're talking to your teams about that. Make sure they're printing that sheet out and starting to fill it out. I am going to be doing like $100 worth of prizes for people that fill it out. And, the first person to fill it out gets $25 to Amazon. And there was a few other prizes for people that do it. So encourage your team on that. And I hope we all see a bunch of new diamonds in this group next week. I'll be thinking about all of you next week. And yeah, let me know if you guys ever need anything. So thanks for jumping on tonight. It really means a lot to me.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.